What is up, everybody? It is Jackson from the 1313 podcast here, bringing you another Star Wars Black Series review. Now, today I have the Black Series MagnaGuard from the Clone Wars. Now, this is a figure that I very much have a love and a hate relationship for. It's a bit contentious in our community right now, so I thought I would make sure to kind of thoroughly, as much as possible, go through this figure, my critiques for it, but also my praises for it as well. But before I get started with the review, make sure that if you are not already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to talk to some awesome Star Wars people, check us out on Discord, follow us on X, Instagram, and Twitch, and if you would like to help support us financially so we can keep improving what we're doing, consider becoming a channel member or a patron. But without further ado, we have the review. Now, quick look at the box. Unfortunately for this line of the Clone Wars figures, they did come in a plastic-free packaging, so it is what it is. You have the picture of him on the front. Very nice side mural too, if I do say so myself, with the droid army in the background. Quick little flash at the back and at the side because they decided to put the scaling for that too. But he does come with two different staff options. I did want to mention that. I have him today with the clear top staff. As you can see here, it does have a lightning effect that you can put on, and there's a blank staff that the lightning is supposed to go on the end here. For the sake of ease for this review, I'm not going to show off both versions because truthfully, lightning effects irk me and they have never ever been a fan of mine, so I'm going to very much recommend our good friends at Out of the Basement. If you want to check out some of the other effects that this figure can do, check out their channel as well. But for right now, I do have the simple staff on him. He has a cape attachment here that you can actually take off as well. It is a little bit of a pain, but what you do is you honestly take your thumb or some sort of nail and you take this plastic bit off right here that's around him, and then once you clip that off, basically the cape just kind of like slides over his head, and then you're able to do that. With the cape as well, it is a soft goods. Thank God it isn't a hard good so that it impedes movement, but movement also is unfortunately the name of the game for this figure. So as you can see with the shoulder bell, and I'll try to get it to happen here, if you move up the arm too much, the shoulder bell pops off. Now I'll bring the figure closer, but it does have this 2-pin system here and here that the shoulder bell attaches to, which gives it a good freedom of movement when you're trying to move this around. But again, if you overextend this and then end up hitting the chest here, it just pops off entirely. Whereas with the shoulder bells on a clone trooper figure that we have might hide under the body or even overlap like this as it goes up. So while I reattach this, when I first got it and unboxed it and the shoulder bells were coming off, really disappointed me, and it also infuriated me too once I started to play with the figure more, because I was really excited to pick all these up. I pre-ordered them at GameStop, and I was the only person in my store to do that and get them, so I was like, holy cow, I have all the new Clone Wars figures like before anyone else, like I'm hyped to play with this, and it would just keep falling. The MagnaGuard, in my opinion, very much is a display figure. This is not something that you're going to be able to pick off your shelf and move pretty easily. It is really flexible, so like I'm going to move its legs around a little bit, kind of do, like the standard one leg in front, one leg to the side pose, and you do have a little bit of assistance when you're using his staff to use him for that, but overall, if you just try kind of like raw moving the figure around, it's gonna fall. Oh, and the other shoulder bell came off when he just took a very slight tumble. So that's a little bit frustrating. Let me reattach these and I'll show you a few different ways though that you can pose this figure though. Alright, so here first is kind of a mock at the Darth Maul pose from the Phantom Menace that I put him into. Actually kind of quick, thankfully, as well. Kind of rotate it around for what I have here. But here's one way that you can do it. Here's kind of almost like an aerial attack kind of pose I did for a one-legged. Again, if you just want to pose this figure and you're not really going to play with it, its joints flow so well. That's what Hasbro really always knocks that out of the ballpark with, is with some unique characters like aliens and droids, the way that they come up with the systems to do that is absolutely insane. I'm gonna show you one more pose real quick with this figure. All right, so what I got him into right here, and I'll rotate it around, is I try to make it almost like he's kneeling down before like Grievous kind of a thing, but the flexibility on this MagnaGuard is here for sure. I mean, I just showed you a crazy easy single-legged pose that you could do for it. You can bend him all the way down this low just to do some sort of kneeling. And again, he could just stand around playing with both legs up and the staff if you really wanted him to do some sort of basic pose like that. So the posability is there. Again, what really just made me cautious was the shoulder thing, because I had to move this figure around today, so I moved him in just like a plastic baggie to make sure those didn't get lost. But I'm very anxious when it comes to my accessories for toys. So that's also why I didn't use the other staff, because I'm notorious with those lightning bits for them just falling off entirely and then losing them forever. So I really didn't want to risk that for the sake of today's interview, but they're really just my thoughts on the MagnaGuard Black Series figure. If you want something that's going to be a very, very good display piece with your General Grievous or your droid army, go for it. Don't expect this figure to be something that you're going to give to your small child or teenager and have it come back out intact. It isn't. This is, again, something that you're going to put on your shelf in one way, and then maybe later when you decide to change it, you'll do that. This isn't something you're going to pick up like this and just start going around, because then you're going to lose bits, and then it's not going to be a fun date for anybody. All right, everyone, those were really just my very honest opinions on the Black Series MagnaGuard figure. Again, if you enjoyed this review, please let me know if you had any other critiques or things that you wanted to talk about this figure. Let's talk about it in the comments for sure. I'll do my best to respond to every single one of those. But again, everyone, if you are not already, please make sure that you subscribe to the 1313 podcast. Make sure that you also give us a follow on Twitch, Instagram, and X. Check us out on Discord if you want to talk to amazing Star Wars people every single day of the week. And consider supporting us financially on channel memberships, and we also have a Patreon too for that if you would like. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next review if I can get my hand in the shot for the waving. Bye-bye!